Ion Radio is back on the air from the 2024, or for the 2024 Star Wars Armada World Championship here at AdeptiCon. I'm at the Hyatt Regency, and along next to me here on my left, your right, depending on how you want to look at it, is Dallas Kemp.
It might be upside down. The camera might be flipped.
It could. I hope not. I mean, I'm sure chat will let us know.
My
if
phone,
that
every
is the
time I
case.
try to orientate it, it doesn't do it.
You know, I've always had problems doing that. Whenever you do the little phone thing like this, and
then,
it just doesn't quite work.
And then you're just trying to make it do it. It doesn't.
Have you ever done the thing where you start holding the phone upside down and it never flips up and you can't figure out why?
Yeah, I can't figure out why. And then I got to shut everything off and oh, it's just pain.
What are you going to do? So, Dallas, welcome so much to the program
so
here on Ion Radio. Are you enjoying AdeptiCon?
I'm absolutely enjoying AdeptiCon. I love AdeptiCon. It's one of my favorite shows. Might be my favorite show just in general. Just big community, and it is community. It's almost family, right? It's like
There a lot of that, yes.
It's where everybody comes together, instead of it's where everybody comes together to game and share in the passions.
Yes.
And you're there to do the thing that everybody else is there to do and love. And man, that energy is infectious. And every time I leave AdeptiCon, first off, I'm ready to paint because it's the most hobby-centric show. I love how hobby-centric it is. And then just the community, I'm ready to play a game, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to play that game. I need to go play the game at home.
And walking around here, you're seeing the different tables, and some of them are just really gorgeous with the different miniatures that they have out there, or sometimes just the game boards are gorgeous with the illustrations. And, they really attract you in to want to play that game all that much more because art's a very important part of any game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, the art is, even a board game, right? The art is what brings it together. And like a card game, the art, it tells the story, right? It creates the world. And for, things like Armada, all of our other games, Legion, Shatterpoint, Crisis Protocol, the art of the miniature where you get to participate in the art, though.
The hobby part, right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's such a key fundamental part in what makes hobby miniature games and miniature games even just in general so unique and so distinct from all the other games is you get to participate in the art of the game and bring your joy, your point of view, your perspective, your heart into it and share it with the rest of us on the table. So that's what drew me to miniatures. And then I was walking around and dude, I lost my mind. There's a cat over here that has a ship just festooned with LEDs.
Yes.
And I was losing my mind, and they're like, "Oh, if you like that one, you should see this one." And I start walking around, and I'm looking at all the light, and I'm like, "You need to light that ship up." He goes, "Well, they all light up." I'm like, "Light them all up, please."
We've got a couple players that we know that I've seen locally that literally do every single one of their squadrons, every one of their ships.
Awesome.
And it is beautiful when they light them up. I mean, they're replacing those, what are the little CR 2032 batteries, on a daily basis when they go through a tournament.
This one fellow, he said he's doing his Superstar Destroyer, right? He's like, I'm going to put 800 lights in this. And I'm like, well, I'll send you mine. If you want to do 2 of those and just send that one back to me, that'd be... He's like, no, sir, I'm not doing 2.
Most of the time when we've asked that exact same question, hey, do you want to do one for us? The first thing they say is, look, I did one for me, and I'm done. I don't need to do any more.
It's so much work, I bet.
It's got to be, especially when you're drilling all those little holes and those little towers in that cityscape on the Superstar Destroyer.
And I've never done crazy. LEDs. And they're telling me, you got to light it, you got to use a lighter, you got to heat it up, you got to make a little mushroom on the end, to make the light, diffuse the proper way. And I'm like, well, that's too much work. I need you to do it.
Yeah, get someone else to do that. You'll continue doing the paint job.
Absolutely. I'll paint it.
And you're actually painting, doing a couple classes here at Adepticon, correct?
Yeah. I did a class yesterday on speed painting. Today we did some metallics, how to paint with true metallic metals. A lot of people teach non-metallic metals. I'm doing true metallic metals, which is interesting because I paint true metallic. You know what I mean by those, right?
Yeah, I do. Maybe you should explain for everyone at home, though. So,
non-metallic metals, what you see in classic art paintings, there's no actual metallic flakes in the paint, and you try to recreate the emotion and the feel of metallics in art. And true metallics is there's actually the metal flakes. I actually use the philosophy of non-metallic with metallic paints.
Oh, that's
to
interesting.
try to make it more dynamic. Yeah, if you come by the booth, I'll show you what I painted.
I may have to do that when we get an opportunity, a little break.
It's Dinjarin.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be stopping by when I'm
by.
not on air, which will eventually happen. Maybe
Not today.
Not today, but it may eventually happen. I'm going to stop by the booth. I want to see some of the work that you've got, Dallas, because I'm excited to look at that. I love painting miniatures. Unfortunately, I don't have as much time as I would like.
An hour a day will change your life.
It will. So
practice a little bit every day, just a little every day.
So I know my wife's listening. See, honey, Dallas said I'm allowed to have like an hour a day to paint miniatures.
Hour a day.
Anyway,
don't put that on me though.
No, I'm trying to get
it. I'm not in the middle of it. 15 minutes, ma'am. He gets 15 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes, sweetie. 5 minutes.
I like how
it's going down.
Please, just 5 minutes.
Let me look at the paintbrush. No, my wife's actually very kind and great because she's allowing me to sit here all weekend long. So thank you, honey. We appreciate it.
Being supportive is important.
Yes.
Being supported is important. We should all support each other. That's my belief.
Definitely. So let's get into a couple interesting questions that I think you are a great person to answer these for.
I'm ready. Let me drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you've got your cup of coffee. I've got mine. By the way, we gave you one of our official Ion Radio mugs.
Mug.
So, at least we can do for you. Thank you so much for coming and talking
I drink coffee all the time. So
well, now you get another mug to drink it out of.
Would you be mad if I use it as a paint cup, though?
No, feel free.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because then you get to see the logo, you paint over it, make some new designs, send me some pictures. We'll throw it up on Instagram.
I mean, I could see taking some blue and adding a little blue ziggle-zaggle about that. Maybe a little magenta, little edge highlight over there, some lights coming from that side on the dark side. That'd be cool.
I should have brought a couple paints here because you would have you'd be here all
I got my brushes
day.
in my pocket.
Who else but Dallas Kemp keeps brushes in his pocket?
I carry them with me everywhere. You never know when someone's going to hand you a pot of paint.
You see, I knew I should have done that. But anyways, so Armada is primarily pre-painted.
If one of these
miniatures.
people handed me a pot of paint in their ship, I would start painting.
You would be painting squadron ships, everything. I don't doubt.
Ships.
No, just the whole ships.
I'll do the
bigger stuff.
Yeah. Put some freehand on it or something.
Hey, put some, just add the detail to it, make it pop all that much more.
just even the little red lights, right?
Well, that'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
You see, it stands out a little differently.
Yeah.
I've done a couple ships myself where you just add a little bit of color, make it pop, and then make it different from everything else. And that's all you need to do.
It doesn't take much. Those Armada ships are painted really well, right?
Yes,
the
they
factory
are.
Ones. And sometimes all it takes is just I know what some of these questions are, right? That one right there, the first question, we're going to lead right into it. I have a Super Star Destroyer, and I have two Super Star Destroyers. Because have you seen that thing?
It's cool.
Awesome. That where the two, the top and the bottom comes together, and the inset where all the gribbles.
Yes.
It's not as dark as the actual canonical.
Right, because when you see it on screen, it's a lot darker than that outside.
Yeah, super darker. So I really wanted to go back and do some darkening on there. Mm-hmm. The inset gribble panels on the top are the same way. I feel like they need to be a little bit darker. Mm-hmm. And then maybe just pick out a couple of other things, maybe a little shading, a little highlighting here and there. But then I want to go through and I want to put all those little red lights. Because I don't know how to LED, but I know how to paint. And I want to paint all those little red lights all along that side and do a really cool, I use a lot of inks when I paint because I think inks are kind of the unsung hero of painting that doesn't get used very much. They add so much vibrancy and punch to your paints.
And you can get a lot better into those small little grid lines and everything else, and it's a lot neater than using a wash.
A wash, yeah, inks. So do a really intense teal glow on those engines so they're really
oh yeah,
that's the noises ships make.
Huh?
But it just takes so little to make those ships just sing, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people paint stuff. So.
And there's a bunch of them. I'm hoping to get some of the more interesting ones on stream. We've had some really good-looking ones already where we've had these beautiful blue ships that they're just so vibrant relative to the standard gray that you see. We had a gold one that came through. The Superstar.
Gold?
It was a gold-colored assault frigate. And just really just shined relative to the rest of the table.
Guppy?
The Guppy, yeah, all gold. So I'll show you later. We've got some recordings of that.
There was a guy over here that had like a rusty brown scheme, and it made me think like I did some X-wings in like a Scum and Villainy kind of style, like real kind of grungy. And there was some ships over here that was kind of I don't know if it was because I couldn't get close enough. They were playing a game and I didn't want to interrupt, obviously.
Sure.
But they look kind of like Scum, like mercenary, and I'm like that's my guy.
Yeah.
Like I want to play with you, like.
That's half the fun though. Again, because it's you're looking at how people make their squadrons or their ships and how they paint them, and it's an expression of their personality. And what they want to kind of portray in the fleets that they're flying.
You're the captain, right? Like,
exactly.
And you. That's my favorite part about, like, I will say that phrase a lot, by the way. That's my favorite part. I love seeing like that. I want to get to know you, and I want you to express yourself in your tale, and your point of view. And so when you present your art and I get to see that, like that means so much to me, and it like really excites me. Like I'm like, I see your point of view and I see what you're trying to say, and that's very interesting to me. Let's talk, right? So.
Yeah, definitely. So now, one other thing I have seen sitting out on some of the tables is, the ships are great, and sometimes the ships are painted really well.
Yeah.
But the squadron's not, it might just be the regular colored plastic.
Right, the gray plastic.
And I think part of that is this fear maybe of trying to paint something that small, and you want to get the detail. And sometimes I see these squadrons where, Dallas, my hand is not that steady
Neither is
anymore.
mine, actually.
But what advice do you have for these folks that have these squadrons that are unpainted, in terms of that are afraid to take that first step to paint them? What would you recommend to these individuals?
We are all on different points of the same path, right? And we're all here to help each other, right? Asking questions, seeking answers, and being open to new things, and learning how to fail, right? That's the biggest lesson. It took me a long, long time to really grasp like the importance of failing. I have a kid, and I always told him when he was growing up, like, you never learn from winning. You just never learn from winning. Like the best lessons, the burned hand learns best, right? Touching the stove. So those little ships, I've actually painted some, so I know exactly what you're talking about. You got to prime them, right?
Yep.
I use airbrush primer mainly because there's nothing wrong with rattle can primer. It's weather dependent, right? If you're in a humid area, like a rainforest, like some of us, like I live in a rainforest, ladies and gentlemen. I use an airbrush primer. Just take your time, ask some questions if somebody who's done it, and just do something simple. It doesn't have to be complex, right? If you just prime it and do like a base coat of gray and do like a simple black wash, those are very fundamental, basic things that, everybody learns how to do at some point. I did it 40 years ago on some, really goofy roadside attraction pewter wizard with a crystal. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I do. I might have that miniature lying around somewhere.
Like, I was in Colorado on a family vacation, right? And we go to like one of those roadside like attraction convenience stores where they like the vial of gold and tumbled rocks and like a hat that says Colorado, right?
Yeah.
And they had like this case, and there was these little pewter miniatures in there. I mean, they were tiny too, right? And there was like a wizard, and he's holding like an actual crystal as a crystal ball. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need that wizard. And I took it home to paint it, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't prime it or nothing. But I tried, right? I gave it a go, and I just kept asking, well, why didn't I work? Why didn't that work? Well, why did that work though, right? And I just kept doing it and doing it. So you said you were not as steady as you used to be?
No, I'm definitely not as steady as I used to be.
This is my favorite.
I'm like really digging this. Go for it. It's your favorite part. Yes.
I love ergonomics.
Okay.
Weird, huh? The ergonomics of painting. I'm going to get up in the camera for that. I'm scooting up to the table, kids. Keeping your back straight.
Okay.
Right? Have you ever heard of painter slouch?
Yeah.
Like if you go downstairs,
They're
all
hunched
doing
over.
this.
That sounds like me, folks. This is how I paint.
The painter slouch.
Yeah.
I always, so I was a studio painter for a long time, right? And when you're studio painting, you're painting for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, right? So you learn a lot of those questions because you go home and you're like, why does my shoulders hurt? I can't imagine why, right? So keeping your back straight, keeping your diaphragm open, breathing is super important. Elbows on the table, about shoulder width apart, and then put your wrists together, right? This is a miniature. This is a miniature, kids. Put your wrists together. Use your pinky as an anchor. And paint. Just like that. And breathe. Just relax and breathe. When you go in for those fine details, people have a tendency to hold their breath. It's a terrible, terrible thing to do. What happens when you hold your breath? Your body hates it.
Yeah, it does.
You go into shock, right? Because you want to breathe.
Yeah.
Your body thinks you're dying, which is terrible.
That's not what you want, right?
Not what you want at all. Are we doing good on time or bad on time?
We can give you as much time as you need, Dallas. I don't even think the next round will begin for another a couple minutes. So there's nobody out here. We're looking pretty good. So we can keep talking. I mean, we talk any number of painting styles.
Who knows what's going to happen?
We really can't. Now, you've kind of already half answered this next question for me. But in games like Shatterpoint, you have your individual models. Let's say it's like an Anakin Skywalker's example, and you can create your own personality. We were talking about that from what's in your heart, but sometimes it's a representation of what you think the character is, and sometimes it's as close of a replication of what the character looked like, whether it's the cartoon, the movie, or a live poster or something like that. Now, with Star Wars Armada, the ships, they're kind of like pieces of terrain. They don't necessarily have a personality in and of themselves. Now, you started talking about how you're the captain of this ship. You're the admiral of this fleet. And it's like, how do you reflect that onto your ship? Because it's a combination of the crew that you're commanding and how you are, like Thrawn, for example, has that Chimera logo on the bottom of his ship.
Which was super awesome.
That's pretty neat, especially in the latest series, getting to see that in a live action.
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was really neat. And watching a whole bunch of the Chimeras out here.
They're doing it.
They're out here all over the place, which is great. So you already started talking about it in terms of wanting to redo the Superstar Destroyer. But if you wanted to express your concept of creating the personification of a starship, how would you do that?
Okay. I love this question so much. So I think that for me, the ships have personality, right? I look at I look at the Guppy, right?
The Guppy.
Super Star Destroyer. They have personalities. Like you look at that Super Star Destroyer, you know what that thing is up to.
Oh, it's a monster.
Like, it's up to no good.
Yes.
Right. Right.
You want to avoid it.
This old frigate.
Hey, no, it's a little fish in the water,
right?
Let's
see what happens.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like terrain, right? Like people bring this up with terrain. Like how do you get around painting terrain? Like, and for me, terrain is just it's a character in the game as well, right? So for me, if I like to start thinking about your squadron, I want to start thinking about the story, right? Who's the captain, and what are their goals? And then start going from there. Like me, I immediately kind of go to like scum and villainy when I think about, because like immediately, like I love the idea of like a Super Star Destroyer taken over by a bunch, like, I mean, that sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, but a Super Star Destroyer taken over by, a group of mercenary outlaws, right? And like, what would they do to that ship?
Right, yeah.
Right? Like, would they change the lights? Like, maybe. Like, they would change the paint job. I love like, Star Wars has very unique stripe designs.
Yes.
Where, like, it's like a stripe and then, like, maybe an angle will break off and it'll become a wider stripe. There's very unique shapes in Star Wars that you can play with. I love adding those, especially asymmetrically. So, like, maybe one wing has a stripe and the other wing doesn't. And then, like, maybe, like, the number of stripes is, like, the rankings or something like that. Like, anything like that, any, like, little color that I can just pop on and tie my squads together or my fleet together, that's kind of where I start. He doesn't want to play.
All right, well, we're arranging what we're doing here on table one. Give me 1 second, Dallas. I'm sorry, got to take care of something real quick.
Right. I'm gonna stay here. I want to talk about. I'll just paint talk. What were we talking about? Stripes, designs, like the Chimera, like the logo on the bottom of the Chimera, right? Like bringing that maybe to like smaller ships, maybe on the side and not so much on the bottom, maybe on the top to like. So I think there's lots of different ways to create that fleet look and bring your personality or the personality you're trying. Because I think that you said also something very interesting, like, you know, your version of Darth Vader versus like replicating like the canonical version of Darth Vader. Both. I've done both, right? Like,
sure.
I'm like, I want to do Darth Vader exactly as close as I can from what I saw on Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
But then also I want to do this one that's more artistic. Like, I've done a Darth Vader where like, the red OSL is coming from the bottom.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then I put like little tiny like flecks, so it's like embers.
Ooh,
so
neat.
like the ground around him is on fire, the air is on fire, and there are these embers casting through the air, right? And so I put these little flecks in there to represent that.
Okay.
So it's like my interpretation, my story. Both are great, and I think you can really do that on these ships just as well.
Well, I mean, so this is cool. And I want to see like an ember on fire. Actually, now there's an idea. Painting up one of your ships that looks like it's flaming up and on fire.
Or
been
sculpt
scarred.
some.
Well, that could be fun. Little green stuff on the side.
Yeah, like get some putty. Like, I mean, I think there's possibility for like really adding some conversion to ships. Like, you know, add. You know, you can. I don't know exactly off the top of my head. It's bigger conversation.
Well,
than
sure,
just
yeah.
spontaneous. But like, you know, if you wanted to do like something that's really like in the middle of battle, right? And like, you know, it's still in the fight though, right? Like, I love those kind of characters and those kind of stories anyways.
Sure.
Where the thing you're watching, the hero, the protagonist, that, you know, they're beaten, they're busted up, but they're still in the fight, right?
Right.
So like, you got like a little explosion coming off your ship, but I'm still fighting. I'm not going down yet. Like, that could be really cool.
You definitely have to take a look at the Superstar Destroyer that had the battle on top of it.
I need to see
I'm going to see if we
Where
can't
is
find
it
that
at?
for you. If it's not here, I will show you some pictures of
Okay.
it. All right, so it
Bring
looks like
me a Star Destroyer.
yes, definitely. Yeah, Admiral Dallas demands a Star Destroyer. So let's do a quick lightning round.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, I got the coughs.
You okay?
I'm good.
All right, good deal. So, thinking about staying in the mind frame of Star Wars Armada.
Got it.
What's your favorite ship?
Superstar Destroyer or the Assault Frigate.
Okay, two good ones.
Like, I'm a sucker for that, for those. Like, my favorite ship in X-Wing is the Houndstooth.
Oh, beautiful ship.
Like, I love designs that are like kind of on that weird edge, right? So like, but I mean, you can't get around just any of the Star Destroyers too. Like, any of the Star Destroyers are really
iconic ship in the
it's just
Star
so
Wars
iconic,
universe.
right?
It is.
Just when it passes the mom test.
The mom test?
Yeah, the mom test. Like, if anyone's mom walked by and like looked at the table and saw a Star Destroyer on it, that's Star Wars. Like,
okay, I got
they
you.
know, they get it, right? So it's just so iconic and just so, it reverberates so deep that when I see that, I'm like, I want to play with that. I want to own that thing.
Oh, sure. Okay, second question. You've been able to kind of walk around. You've been looking at art pieces.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you a question and maybe follow this up a little bit different. So first of all, what's the best part of watching these Armada games from the sidelines?
Just the creativity of the ship. I always get blown away. Like, seriously, like, I could not stop. They were like traveling around, like making me go to like more people with lights on the ships.
Yeah.
And like, I hadn't seen like I can't remember what ship it was. It has like 4-barrel exhaust on the back.
Oh, it's probably one of the it's probably one of the Republic ships. Probably the Venator. The chat will correct me if I'm wrong.
It was about this big.
Oh, the little Pelta.
Yeah.
Kind of like a small little.
It had four.
About the size of a marker. A couple engines in the back. I think.
Yeah, four tube engines on the back. But he put the lights in there, and the plastic actually allowed the light to like shine through ever so slightly.
Neat.
So it looked like the metal was heated up, and like plasma glow was inside. And I was like, "Did you do that on purpose? Like, did you sand it down? Did you like?" He goes, "No, happy accident." I'm like,
happy accidents, Bob Ross. What
Rawson.
more could you probably ask about that? So.
I was blown away at how just dramatic it looked on the table, and especially because that room's a little darker over there, and like they were just like, he had four of them lined up on the table playing the game, and they just looked so cool. I was just like, look at, I just ran over to him too. I was just like, I'm coming to look at your ships.
Folks, if you're here at AdeptiCon, you got to come over to the Hyatt, check out the Armada stuff, because I have a feeling that Dallas is not going to leave the Armada area for about 15 or 20 minutes.
Or if I steal somebody's ship, I might.
Or if you're playing, guard your ships, because Dallas may take one.
I might.
And you'll see it on a future Atomic Mass painting stream, just hiding there in the background.
This is in the background, all lit up. I'm like, yeah, look at that.
So you've kind of hit all my lightning round questions. I haven't even had a chance to get to them. So Dallas, you're definitely one of the most enthusiastic guests we've had on the show, and you were definitely a blast and a great guy to have come out here. So I'm just going to see if I can't turn them red, folks. So
I get blushy sometimes.
but I really appreciate you coming on the channel, sharing some of your thoughts. So you, of course, are welcome anytime to hang out. I know you are kind of kept to a schedule. You probably have some classes to teach. Otherwise, we'd invite you to stay for the entire round. But then I'd have to go and buy a pot of paint, or at least two.
You need at least 2 pots of paint. And also, like, I can't ever remember the program, but the program where you can draw over the screen.
Telestrator, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm regretful that we are setting that up tomorrow. We're going to give that a field test. I don't have it running today. Otherwise, we would be having way more fun.
I love telestrating and doing play-by-plays. Trust me, I'm not talking about the game when I'm doing it, though.
No, we'll have doodles on everything, but that's half the excitement then, right?
Yeah. We just, telestrators, that's where it's at. Get that set up.
We're almost there, folks, for that, and we are getting players here out on the table. Like I said, Dallas did have.
Yeah, look at that ship there. It's all painted up.
Dallas isn't going to be leaving the streaming area. He's just going to go start looking at these ships, picking them up, maybe taking one or two. But definitely, if you're here at Adepticon, check out one or two of the classes that Dallas has, because and definitely the miniatures that you've brought, because from what I'm gathering, just from what I'm hearing about, these sound like fun. And I might leave here for a little bit just to go check them out.
Yeah, you should come check them out.
So what we're going to do here on the channel is give us a few seconds. We are going to switch to the overhead view here so we can start seeing what we have coming out. And then we will very shortly get into our mainline program. So we will be right back audio. We're going to keep the video going. But once again, I'm Ken, and this is Dallas. Thank you, man, for coming out. Really appreciate it.
Peace.
Just kick it right back on.
All right.
All right, guys, we are back. Apologies for that. We had to do a little swamp because Dallas came in, left, and we needed to move people around. A couple points of note here. We originally were expecting to have one of the top 2 or 3 tables. Unfortunately, all of them declined to be on stream, so we had to go down the list. We are currently doing table 10.
And listen, this is not a loss, all right? The issue is, first off, all those top tables, they're going to day 2. So they're going to play it safe, they're going to get their points, and they're going to move in. We're at a knife fight situation down here where winning matters to make sure they can secure that top spot.
Exactly, and that I think is the important thing here. And we want to get a game where someone needs to make a good win so that they can progress into day 2.
And we're getting the Separatists on stream.
Which is another thing we haven't seen.
And a Rebel Providence.
So the players we have here, we've got Reuben and Justin.
And Reuben's from my hometown down in Kentucky, part of the Bluegrass Battle Group. And it looks like he has picked Reuben's advanced gunnery. So Justin's going to be first player with his Recusants into Reuben's Starhawk and Providence with his advanced gunnery.
I'm just updating a couple things here for you guys. Apologies in advance just because we were not expecting a quick table change here. And that's part of the delay here in terms of where things came into place. So let's see, we have Jschoonmaker is one of the guys on the list. And I'm going to let you, it looks like it's a trench list? Yeah, so Garrett, why don't you start talking about that list?
Let's do it. So... All right, so this is our first Separatist of the day, first trench. I haven't seen trench in play in a long time. I know the infamous Skycake likes to run trench up in Canada. Now, let's take a look at this Recusant Support Destroyer he's got. He's got, of course, has Patriot's Fist on it, and then he's got Tykes, flight controllers with boosted comms, his reserve hangar deck, and his LTTs. He's got another Recusant Support Destroyer. This one does have that 36-point Admiral Trench, Rune Hako, flight controllers, boosted comms, and reserve hangar decks. And if Ken could scroll down some for me, we're trying to look at this list here. Perfect. And it's got LTTs as well. All right, now let's look at this absolute monster CIS squad ball.
Oop, I clicked the button.
You clicked it away.
See,
sorry, we're doing a lot
I
right
am
now.
intentionally making Garrett's life difficult.
All right,
Apologies,
so
Garrett.
he's got that DFS 311 Vulture. He's got 2 generic Vultures. He has Watan Bor with that escort and screen. He's got the Flak Afrock prototypes. He's got the 4 Hyenas, and these are generic bombers. And he's got the Bactoid prototypes, which I think is another ace bomber. I almost got to look at these. These droid names do not completely connect with me when I'm looking at cards here. But I want to say that DFS 311 is a Vulture ace. And maybe once Ken's done doing a couple things here, we can look up specifically, make sure I'm getting these.
Are we looking at the Bactoid prototypes?
We're looking at these CIS fighters, make sure I got them all right. So when we were calling them out, we know their abilities.
So let's take a look at what we have here. So the big ones, well, let's just go down the line, right? So we've got DFS 311.
All right, so this is the one. He is a Vulture ace, brace scatter, and it's while you're defending, if the attack is obstructed, he may force the attacker to reroll a die of your choice. All right?
Watan Bor.
Of course, Watan Bor is our Belbalub new ace that we got in Rapid Reinforcements 2. He's got that brace evade and with his screen and escort. He also has a relay 1, not a lot of people pay attention to. And then moving on down here, we have the Flak Afrik prototypes, which I want to say is one of those tri-fighters. Yep, he's the one who's got the ability after an enemy squadron ends its activation at distance 1, that squadron suffers a damage. Of course, with his counter 2, and all these have AI, and of course with boosted reserve hangar decks, flight controllers will definitely be taking advantage of that AI ability. The last one's the Bactoid prototypes. Yes, this is the ace bomber, and it's while attacking a ship, if another friendly squadron's bomber is a distance 1 of the defender, you may change 1 die to a face with an accuracy icon. So it's kind of like a little bit like Xeric Storm. All right.
Let's take a look at Reuben's list.
And They're right in the chat. Their DFS is for that intel ability because he has passes that out. So, you want to talk about Reuben's list? I'm well into this.
I will talk about Reuben's list. We're still in setup right now. We have not gotten to turn 1, so we're going to go through Reuben's list here. And I'm looking out here. Dallas is still looking at all these various different ships and loving all the artistry on this. I would talk about a great guy, very enthusiastic. But let's get to Reuben's list. Reuben has a Rebel fleet with Cursed Gate on a Providence carrier, so that new thing from Rapid Reinforcements 1, with Ramus Antilles, Major Derlin, Ordnance experts, quad laser turrets, veteran gunners, auxiliary shield team, and engineering team. We've got a Starhawk Mark 1 with Walix, Blissix, expert shield tech, ordnance experts, quad laser turrets, point defense ion cannons, link turbo laser towers, and the Unity title. There are 2 GR-75 medium transports. The first one has Leia Organa and munitions resupply. The second one, Torn Far and parts resupply.
Now, Ken, back in Kentucky, we lovingly call this the Brick Fleet.
The Brick Fleet.
And it's got amazing anti-squad abilities. So we're going to see if the CIS fleet can even overcome these QLTs, the expert shield techs, the point defense ion cannons. He's got engineering teams on his Providence, so he can quickly regain shields. But yeah, Brick Fleet. I gotta say, I'm rooting for my boy. All right. But
all are at speed 2. Awesome.
And we're gonna find out. I think Unity's the redirect token.
Yeah, we are double checking. I am 90% positive that is the case.
He probably picked an agate brace. John can find that out for us though, or Adrian. Hey, Adrian, agate token, agate.
Yep, that's the one
He's
with the
doing
redirect.
that for his expert shield techs. Yep, he agated a brace. Is that a word, agated? Does that count?
Agated? I think that's a new thing. Starhawk.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. Okay, awesome.
He is ready to go.
We are moving along. Thank you again, everyone, for paying attention to me sitting here talking with Dallas for a little bit at the beginning of the stream. I was hoping that was a good surprise for everyone to see someone that was not part of Ion Radio to say hello at the beginning.
But more from AMG, which is great.
Definitely. So loved having him here. We've got Garrett back here in the booth with me, and I am on game, what are we now on? 8 of 15.
That's right. Making progress.
So
we're halfway.
We're gonna go through some of the chat here. Yes, we have sound back here. Again, let us know how we sound, and let us know what we have. The lists finally got put up into the system to where we can kind of show those. So we may do that probably around turn 3 and kind of refresh everyone's memory. But yeah, the nifty thing here is we are showcasing a Separatist fleet. This is the first time we've seen one here on the stream.
That's right, for this year.
This year.
And it's Trench, which is even better.
Yeah.
So, because I know not a lot of people are familiar with how he works.
Well, here's the handshake.
And
we're getting ready to go.
Round 1.
Both Recusants at speed 2.
All right, we're setting dials right now. Oh, and the other thing we need to clarify is our advanced gunnery ships.
Oh, yeah. What are the advanced gunnery ships?
All right, Trench.
And
all right, so the Recusant with Trench on it is the objective ship with advanced gunnery for the Separatists, and then the Starhawk, of course, for that AG on it. And, yep, Trench is on the left. So when we're looking at the board here, Trench is in the Recusant support on the left of our screen. And everybody knows what the Starhawk is. Look at that big chunky thing.
I mean, yeah, really. Do we have a good... Oh, we've got a good shot. Let's bring that one up.
Number 4. Let's look at this. Oh, man, there it is.
That is a beefy ship. I think this is the second time we've had a Starhawk on the stream. Both times, that's a good-looking ship. We've had the Super Star Destroyer. I think these are just neat to look at, Garrett.
Yep. And Reuben also, his ship's custom painted. He goes with an ivory and blue theme, and he's got a little bit of teal on his Starhawk.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, here we go. We're getting our first command here. Trench.
Trench has a
squadron command, taking it as a token. And again, Justin is first player.
So who's playing on stream? We have Justin Schoonmaker and Reuben Fleming.
Reuben Fleming, that's correct.
This is Table 10.
Table 10. Now, again, these players have to win to secure day 2.
Right.
Our upper level tables, they decline to stream. And again, tables like 8 up are all going to day 2. They have the points secured. They're ready to go. So we're trying to get players in here who have to win to secure. We wanted a knife fight.
And this one ought to be a good one, good match to
Especially
end day 1.
Advanced Gunnery, getting a double tap from a Starhawk.
We're going to enjoy every little bit that we see here. We're getting some news here from the field.
Looks like we got one of the GR75s going. GR75 with the munitions resupply. He's got to navigate. He's taking it as a token.
And Confire is going to the Starhawk.
From the munitions resupply.
resupply.
He's sending it to the Starhawk and the Providence. Yep, he popped it. So he's getting his tokens loaded.
As we already mentioned earlier on the stream today, just special shout out to all of our wives and whatnot for allowing us to be here all weekend long.
All right, we got Patriot's Fist. It is revealed in nav command, and he's going to use it as a dial. He's Tykes an engineering token. Tykes an engineering token. Moving a couple squadrons here to get the maneuver done. These Recusants really know how to swing, man. He's trying to come around here and try to flank back in.
We've got the fleet lists. We'll put those up on the screen for you guys while we're doing these first turn maneuvers. We'll switch to Reuben's in just a second. But again, giving you guys at home the opportunity to see what we have.
Reuben doing some range checks here. Seeing where he needs to land to start putting down fire. Seeing how far those boosted comms can reach out. Those droid fighters are fast. But again, Reuben's got expert shield tech, quad laser turrets. He's ready to go. That'll quickly wear down generics.
I think it will.
He's got a lot of generics.
I think it will.
Sounds like the GR75 has activated. Pop parts resupply. All right, so he put the engineering tokens out on the Starhawk and the Providence. And pretty soon he'll be swinging those 2 bricks into that Recusant. All right, Justin. Only has his 2 ships, so it's time for Reuben. He's still got to activate his 2 capitals. That's correct. So if you have advanced gunnery, especially Reuben, since he's second player, he can flak out the front twice.
There's advanced gunnery there. Cover that. Providence has a nav. We'll get
taking it as a token. Now the Rebel Providence limited to speed 2. And he's going to use Antilles to get another token. Dial-in token with nav. Okay. Sorry. I was trying to read what John is writing over to us. In case we ever go silent, it's usually because we're trying to read the board they're writing to us so we can figure out what to say.
And we want to make sure that we are keeping up with all the information that we have that you guys could possibly want.
Right.
Starhawk.
Starhawk, navigate, of course. But yeah, if he decides to engage those squadrons into one arc, he can really get after him.
John being in the medical field has perfect doctor handwriting
it's
here.
Very accurate. Chicken scratch, one might say. I'm just kidding. Mine's not very good. Listen, Reuben's not afraid to get in a fight here. He's not afraid of the fighters because of his loadout. And we have entered the squad phase. And these Recusants, they don't have defensive retrofits. So once a Starhawk catches one of them, it's going to hurt. All right, I can't really tell. I think we're moving vultures or vultures
like
right now. Yep. Again, Reuben's got no squadron, so this is all Justin, man. He gets to go where he wants. None of this two back, 2 forth, measure it out.
We do have a question on the Leia Organa officer card. So what does she do? It's when you reveal a command, you can choose another ship within or at distance 1 to 5 and change that ship's top command dial to your revealed command, which is a great way of making changes to another ship.
Yeah, she's real flexible. I mean, it's an anti-slicer tool.
Yep.
It's an emergency nav, an emergency engineering tool. Because you use that GR75, it's command 1, so you can immediately just know what you need to do, right?
Exactly. And that's the advantage of having it up on that Command 1 ship. And again, this is where your Gazantis come into play as great support ships. They're cheap, they're effective, and you can do a lot with them.
Right. All right, we're moving. All these fighters are nice and fast. And we'll quickly get into round 2 here.
Moving right along for the final.
Can I like advanced gunnery? It's just that means they're fighting.
It is, them's fighting words, right?
That's right. I can tell. I'm sure Reuben is a little bit excited.
Anytime you get to roll a ton of dice, you have to be excited.
Yeah. All right, we're moving into round 2 here.
We are really just cruising along. This is going to be a quick game, but again, we wanted to make sure that if we're going to put something on stream here at the end, that it's at least exciting.
And Reuben has refreshed both his munitions and parts resupply in that status phase. That's a good point, Reuben. If it's at that point. But, it's usually there for, nav or confire, or slicer tool or something silly.
The shuffleboard sticks. And I want to make sure I shout out to both Adrian and John for the hard work they're doing in relaying information from the table to us. Right. Trench is showing a nav dial.
Looks like he's saying he's going to go to speed 3. Yep. Watch this tool go absolutely wild. Double click. Let's go. 90-degree turns. Justin's flagship is the one on the left.
It's the one that's being moved right now.
With that spider boy in there. Trench. Whatever sound he makes.
It's a lot of clicks. That's good. You know what? I can live with that sound effect there. I think, Garrett, we're going to make you the official sound effect.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of pressure.
Person on the you've got to do it right now.
Round 4, I have to start doing sound effects. Let's slow down. Expectations got to be lowered, all right?
Since we do have a question about Admiral Trench, we're going to bring his card up as well. And Admiral Trench gets 4 command dials set at the beginning of the game. Gazanti is showing a navigate, using it as a dial, I believe.
I think that's a GR75, all right? There, Ken.
It's a GR75.
Okay. Know what? Adrian's writing it down.
Adrian's writing it down. I'm just reading whatever.
Adrian doesn't know what Rebel ships are.
No, he doesn't. He has this thing about Imperial ships and Sith ships, and that's about all that Adrian thinks about.
I'm allergic to the rebellion. Anyways,
he's going to squash that rebellion one way or the other.
Did we finish Trench? I don't think we finished
No, I haven't
Trench.
even started. So four dials, command dials that are put out at the beginning of the game. At the start of each ship phase, you can reveal and discard one of those command dials, and if you do, for the rest of the round, when a friendly ship spends a matching command token, a pass token is being
used.
spent. That is the first
token.
time we've seen a pass token spent on stream.
I think so, yep.
But when that, if you spend a matching command token only that matches the trench dial for that round, you can then resolve the command as though it was a dial and a token. So you get the benefit of, whatever that dial is. If you've got a token, so you could do a different command. Let's say you have a nav command and trench is a squadron. You would be able to take that as a token and then get the squadron benefit plus the token.
Correct.
So trench is kind of like a little oomph to your command capability.
He's like Thrawn with extra steps.
Thrawn with extra steps, but let's be fair. Trench is awesome.
He is.
I'm a big fan of Trench. He's one of the commanders I like.
I like any commander that allows you to do multiple commands instead of just dials and tokens. All right, so the Providence is doing a nav command, of course, because it flies like an absolute brick.
Taking it as the dial. Making a little movement here. I'm going to see if it avoids both the Starhawk and that asteroid field ahead of it.
Well, with his engineering team and engineering command, he can recover quite a bit of catastrophe.
So this game is the final game of day 1. And at the conclusion of this round, which will be the 4th round for this day, we will walk away with from the 114 players that started to 36.
That's right. That's a big cut.
About a little bit less than 1 in 3.
And this table's down there where, winning and losing means
it means something.
If you're going to get in day 2 or not.
Right. So you want to have as big of a win as you can to be able to guarantee that spot. Tomorrow will be 4 rounds. You need a judge. Not here at one of the next door tables. No, it is the stream table. We're checking ranges. We have...
So tomorrow is our top 36.
Top
and
36.
Then it gets cut down again to top 8 for Sunday, and then they'll do 3 rounds, and then we hand out the belt.
Then we hand out the belt at
so
the
this
very
is
end.
we're just weeding out right now.
Right.
We're just getting ready, because of course everything resets tomorrow.
So the only person on the Iron Radio channel that is currently participating is Ryan Becker.
Yep, and he's doing well.
And he is doing well when we last checked.
With his sweet Radis fleets.
He's got a good one. Let's see. Where is he in the standings at the beginning here of round 4? He is in 28th place. So he's got 20 tournament points. Currently the top is 25. So this is a tight competition for these top 36 spots.
All right, so they've declared that those ships are not in long range.
They're plastic to plastic, so just out. So remember, when determining range here in Star Wars Armada, your range is determined cardboard piece to cardboard piece. It does not include the plastic overlays that the cardboard sits in.
However, when you're doing something like CommsNet, it is plastic.
Then it's plastic to plastic. Probably one of, if not the most confusing things in Star Wars Armada.
All right, Patriots Fist is going. Did they ban you? No.
No. Honestly, what John and I decided to do, Patriot Fist showing a navigate. John and I both decided this year to dedicate ourselves to streaming Star Wars Armada. We feel to give everyone at home the best experience. It's best for us to be here in the booth rather than on the tables playing.
Yeah, there's a lot of logistical effort that goes into making this situation happen that we're doing.
There really is. If this was just going to be plug in a camera and stream a table, anybody can do that. But for the production that we have, with right now we're running 7 cameras. Yeah. We've got I think 3 monitors up here on the table, almost 4.
Yeah, that's just setting up today. The paperwork getting here, right?
I mean, and the other thing there is, if John and I really got into the tournament, Garrett, I mean, we'd make it to day 3, and that wouldn't be fair. There'd be some favoritism. I mean, we can't do
collusion.
that. So, yeah,
it's just
we'd be called on that.
Right?
So we're just not going to do that.
Let's see here. So we got the non-flagship Providence making its move here. Waiting for him to lock that in. He's trying to make sure he's not going to get hit twice with that advanced gunnery from that Starhawk. And that's a really good point, Matt.
Yeah, actually
that's
that
exactly because the arcs are only on the cardboard, and that's why it has to be cardboard to cardboard, because line of sight comes into hand. when measuring dot to dot.
And you need to know what hull zone you're hitting. So
That's
yeah,
correct.
there's the specific reason. Good call.
Same
Matt,
thing with
you get a gold star.
Same thing with squadrons too. Plastic to plastic determines actual engagement, but cardboard to cardboard determines whether you can throw dice or not.
Right. I'm watching this other Recusant move.
We're doing
it's
the
gonna
famous
overlap a whole boatload of squadrons.
Oh yeah, he's gonna do the famous large base inside turn speed 3.
Yeah. Look at that. Displaced 5 squadrons. Reuben will get to replace those later.
I'm sure he's gonna see where he decides to put them. Probably throwing them in the back there, or maybe he welcomes them to come into that meat grinder. I don't know.
Maybe.
He's got his flak dice ready. Oh yeah, yep. He's sending them to the corner of shame.
The corner of shame.
Get on back there.
Oh, we got questions for you and me, Garrett.
Uh-oh.
What is our favorite ship versus what ship do we think is the most effective? I'll let you go first.
Man.
Yeah, I'm going to put you
like
on
my
the spot.
I feel like my answers change all the time. My favorite ship in the game is the Venator. Venator 2 specifically, that 5 squad command and just a great loadout of what upgrade cards you can put on it. What do I think is the most effective ship? I'm going to say
GR75 is showing a navigate, and it is definitely using it as a dial to do this funky 2x2 click side swipe.
2x2 click. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, and the most effective ship in the game, in my opinion, is the CR90. No questions. Because it can put the stupid Jaina's Light and TRC on it.
And the turbo laser reroute circuit. So, oddly enough, I was going to say there are 2 ships that I think, actually I might say 3. 2 ships that I think are definitely most effective. The first one's going to be the TRC-90, like you just said. Second one's going to be the Gar Pelta. If you have that outfitted, it takes 6 turns to take it out.
I was about to bring that up, but I was like, the TRC-90 is just about better. Starhawk's going, nav command.
Showing that, taking it as a dial.
Yep.
I'm going to say that in addition to the Pelta, if you get, is it the Salvation title that has the extra, the
TB-73?
No, I'm talking about the Nebulon B frigate out the front.
Oh,
I think
for
it's
the
Salvation.
Salvation is
the one
title,
that gets you the extra hits off crits. That's my favorite Neb B to use.
That's your favorite ship, Ken?
It's one of my favorite. Do you know why? I'll tell you why.
Oh
because that is 3 red dice you fire out the front, and you know how I roll red dice. It's going to be 6 hits guaranteed, and when I don't roll doubles, I'm going to roll crits. I'm still getting my 6 points.
We've got the Ken Edge case here.
It's a Ken Edge case. That is correct. But what is my favorite ship? It is an MC-30 torpedo frigate.
All right. Well, of course. I see it. Were you thrilled to see that, type of ship in Ahsoka? In the New Republic fleet.
I was very excited when I saw that.
We still haven't got an official name for it. I think they're just calling it I can't even remember the name. Chat will tell us though.
Oh, I'm sure chat. Well, that's one of the nice things about chat. If we're wrong about something, chat will let us know.
Yep. All right. Yep, he's taking 2 clicks at the front there. Oh my gosh, that Starhawk's coming in hot. Very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very well done. All right, we're in the squadron phase. He's trying to make sure he gets squadrons within that boosted comms range of his flagship with the trench.
Moving these squadrons here. Moving. It looks like we're going here trying to hide and peek out from the sides of these debris fields.
Yeah, he just wants to be in range of Trench's flagship to get activated.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with Ghost there. The Heartzilla is better than Neb B.
Yeah, but it's not a rebel ship. I fly Rebels.
I know.
I fly Rebels and Trench. And if you're going to fly Trench, you might as well do Recusants and Munificence.
That's right.
Now, there's another
that's another
good
really good ship.
Munificent.
Ship.
But you have to staple LTTs to it. It kind of comes as one, Munificent with link turbo laser
You
power.
might as well bring the one you bring thermals on, because that makes it
throw
almost
thermals on
sometimes.
there too. Is it the Tide of Progress title? That.
Oh, here we go. New Republic cruiser or Vesper cruiser. Is that what they're talking about? Is that what yeah, that's what they called it in the descriptive audio. Is New Republic cruiser. Not very, what's it called? Creative.
No.
They need to work on that. They'll probably fix it later.
Need enough time for it to be out there. I am
That's
pretty
right.
sure. Well, you know what it is? We don't have something like West End Games creating a whole bunch of
That's
expanded
right.
lore.
FFG hasn't put out a new source book in a while.
So now I'm looking at this Recusant, Garrett, and I'm not so sure.
Patriots Fist?
Yeah. That doesn't look good with that Starhawk and that Providence there.
It's in a good spot
No.
to get hit. That's what it is.
I'd be afraid if I was on board that ship. Then again, Patriot Fist, you get the extra dice to roll out.
Yep.
You can really hurt and put some pain onto one of the opposing ships.
All right, we are moving into round 3.
So this round started, what, at 5:15? Or 5, yeah, 5:15.
I think it started at 5:10, actually. Let's see here. Moving in round 3, Justin's first player. Let's see how he decides to go here. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to get Patriots Fist the heck out of the way of that Starhawk. Looks like Justin's still doing some administrative work on his side of the board. Rear shot of these rebel ships.
Oh, look at
pouncing
that guy.
on that CIS fleet.
Definitely a custom paint job on the Starhawk. Looks
Yep.
very pretty.
He did a great job. All right, we are trenching squadron command, so they can spend those tokens as command dials now
Yes,
with
command
trench.
dials, yes.
Squadron trench.
So I believe Trench still has 2 dials left.
All right, here we go. He is revealing the dial for Patriot's Fist. Navigate command. He's got a squadron token to use. And you can watch Ken's interview with Will Stick he did yesterday, and then today he did one with Dallas. And let me tell you, they're being real tight-lipped, Ken. They're not letting anything out.
No.
We tried our best. But Sunday they got their thing for Legion and Shatterpoint. But I don't think we'll have any news for X-Wing or Armada currently.
Maybe they'll surprise us. We don't
That's
know.
true, yeah. We've been surprised multiple times now.
We have been. Well, I mean, in both cases.
RR1
and it just drops
up.
out of the big blue sky and just, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great if we get some
All
good
right.
news like that?
We've got our first squadron being sent up here. Adrian's going to tell me what it is.
Staying in the front
The
arc.
squadron that is attacking. All right, we got a Hyena activated, so he's got AI.
Nothing.
Nothing. Red dice are fickle when you're not rolling them.
No, that's the thing. They're not using my red dice.
That's right.
I would say mine are loaded, but that's incorrect. It's all in the wrist. Quad laser.
Quad laser turret, that's the counter for 1. Those generics are going to start eating damage.
I mean, yeah. There's something you don't see every day, quad laser turrets.
All right, next squadron coming in here. Another Hyena, 2 damage. Reuben's got a decision to make. And I think he expert shield tech. Oh, he Durlined to one.
Down
Durlined
to one. And then there's
one
the
torn far
quad
reroll.
laser.
One back at it. Whittling down these generics.
They're going down just a little bit at a time. And, you know, this is how you get rid of the generics. One little damage point at a time.
Yep. All right, we're picking out our next one. I think it's probably another Hyena. He does have 4 of them. Oh, this is the Bactoid bomber. This is the Ace. This is the Ace. Here we go. There's that
3.
red double.
Yeah.
This Providence. The Providence does have an evade. Yep, he is having him re-roll with that evade.
Yep.
Yep.
There goes the 2 crit.
Down to 2.
But it is a bomber, so
Yep.
that still counts for 2.
All right. Reuben's mathing right now how he wants to deal with this. Looks like he's trying to decide how much damage he's going to take from that Patriot's fish shot.
Mm-hmm. Finally seeing the lasers, the laser line coming up on stream. Redirecting the right side on that is what happened.
Are they redirecting or ESTing? We got a counter back.
Again, I think that's the QLTs.
Yep. With a torn reroll. John, did we take a Watts coming in now? All right, Watts. He's a black non-bomber. He does get a hit.
2.
1 hit. That's right, man. Anytime you're running red dice with squadrons, it's a gamble.
It's never a gamble if you do it right. Salvo.
He's going to salvo back at him. He's whittling these down. He doesn't have squadrons, so he has to take every opportunity he can to put damage into these squadrons. Quad laser turret's back for 1. I'm sorry, the salvo back for 1. And he evaded it.
Yep.
Still at 1. And this is
Here's
that was
the salvo.
that was the quad laser
That was the
turret.
QLT.
Now
This
we're
is the salvo.
salvoing. 2 more damage on him. Brace it to 1 probably.
-2 to Watt. No,
Yep.
no brace.
We're moving down. Because he's still got to take flak shots.
Yeah, he does.
Both these ships. Get over here, moving our dice board across the screen.
That's my favorite part of this. Now I'm starting to sound like Dallas. It's my favorite thing.
All right.
Just in case we miss one.
Yep. Let's see how he wants to do
We're
this.
just checking the side shot.
Front is obstructed. The side is not obstructed. So he's doing side.
You're going to do side first. Okay. Here we go. This is the Recusant to the Starhawk.
I wonder if he's Patriots fisting here. Here we go. Here's the roll. Side to side.
That's
3 damage.
3.
He's trying to make his choice here.
Yep.
All right. He's going to leave it at 3. Probably take that second shot. Yep, he's taking the obstructed front shot. He braced it to 2 and redirected it. No redirect, just braced it to 2. Took it on the shields.
2 blanks.
Ooh, 2 blanks from the front. LTT reroll
There's
to a
LTT
double.
to
That's
double.
pretty good. And he's going to brace to 1. That's his agate brace. Because he does have agate on that ship to help with its survivability since it does not have a defensive retrofit. All right. Shield status, according to John right now,
It was
is
dropped to 0 on the left side of that Providence.
3 on the front, 2 in the back, and you're about to see him whip out some good engineering points, though.
Yep.
With engineering team, a token, and a command, he's pushing 7.
That's a lot of engineering.
It
points.
is.
Considering some of our movements here.
This is important, because if that Patriot Fitz gets stuck in a spot where it can get hit multiple times, it will get popped.
It will. And you really don't want to drop speed here either, because if you land at that debris field, you're removing some of your defensive capability.
Now that would be interesting. A hard turn to the left.
I don't know if that's going to land on the. Hard to say. Clearly, he's checking to try and stay. He doesn't want to be double arc by a Starhawk.
Right. Well, doesn't matter. Starhawk's advanced gunnery.
Oh, that's right.
So wherever he lands, he's going to get tapped twice.
Yeah, and
unless
Reuben
he gives a better
he is player 2.
flak opportunity, you know.
Vance Gunnery, the great equalizer.
And that would hit the debris field, would weaken his shields down.
I'm going to overlap 2 squadrons.
We are going to go for it.
It'll be interesting to see which one. Probably come off the left side, I'm guessing.
Hits my least favorite lamb chop. Or pork
The
chop.
lamb
Pork
chop.
chop, that's what we call those. Pork chop. All right. Overlap.
I've
Reuben puts
heard
him on
of
the
the
back
one
left.
asteroid referred to as an Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, the top hat.
Yeah, so that would be, I'll point that one out. I think it's this one over here, right?
No. It's on the left there.
Where is it? This one?
Yeah, that's the hat.
The debris field?
Yeah,
Oh, see, I always thought it was the,
that's the hat.
that's a top hat here.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about, folks.
That's top hat asteroid. All right, Reuben's making a big decision here. It's his turn. He can either wait and delay this with GR-75s, or he can move forward with his Providence. Oh, no, he's going GR-75, it looks like. Oh, yep.
GR-75 taking a nav.
Nav command takes it as a dial. Okay. Remember, our Starhawk and Providence are both loaded with a Confire and engineering token. All right. Now it's time for Trench's ship.
Yep.
And remember, Trench had a squadron command.
He did have that, so I'm assuming that we're going to see a squadron.
Because he's still got another squad token on it, yep. So he should have probably a nav command. I'm going to assume here.
Is once again stops snowing here.
Yep. And his pass token's gone.
Pass token was already used.
Oh, wait, he has 2 pass tokens. No, he's first player, so he only got 1.
Yeah, he's only going to have 1.
That's right. His pass token is gone.
Correct.
Trench is revealing a navigate command plus his Trench squadron token. Yep. All right. Looks like he's sending in.
Trying to do something.
That must be the Tri-Fighter, I think. Yep, that's the flak prototypes. Yep.
Flak and frack prototypes.
Flak non-bomber.
There's 2.
They never fail. 1 damage. I think he's just going to take it on the shields. He will QLT now. 1 back at him. He will scatter it.
Now, you hate to use a scatter on 1 die.
That's right. But Reuben doesn't have any aces himself to go back for him, so he's just defending against flak. But when you've only got like 3 health, you got to manage that damage coming in.
Right, you really do.
I think Tri-Fighters are 4 health. All right, here comes our next squadron.
Which?
DFS?
DFS?
All right, DFS, that's our Vulture ace. Red non-bomber. Counter back,
yep.
Torn Fire reroll, miss. Now, non-bombers don't get that AI bonus, so only the hyenas are going to take advantage of that.
Right. Not activating the rest, okay.
All right, he chooses to keep them back. And we're on the move.
Checking distances, ranges.
Thanks,
wants to keep.
Tri-Fighters are 3 hit points. Thank you.
They are.
I always think about them as A-wings, like A-wing light or something.
A-wing light.
They're interceptors, right?
I guess in a way they can be, yeah. Tri-Fighter is a fun ship. Providence current status. Let's just do a quick update on that. You have 2 shields to the front, 2 to the rear, nothing on the left side, and 1 on the right. As far as we know, no hull damage anywhere on the board.
And he's about to manage some shields here.
All right, we've got the munitions resupply, transport, nav dial. It's going to try to avoid running into the back end of that Starhawk, I suspect.
Oh, and he used Leia to change the top dial on the Starhawk to a navigate dial. So already Leia being used.
Can we flak some of those squadrons is what I think Reuben's checking for.
All right. What do you think? Providence first, Starhawk first?
I think we're going to probably see the Starhawk. Here's too many measurements coming out of the Starhawk.
He's measuring for flak here. Because with his advanced gunnery, he can flak him again, activate the Providence, keep flacking. It's just
take down as many squadrons as he can. And as has been pointed out, a lot of these only have 3 health.
Yeah, they're quick to go down, especially generics. And that's why he kept the rest of those squadrons back instead of activating them.
Starhawk shows the nav dial.
Yep, from Leia. Here we go, Starhawk.
Looks like we're going to probably start flacking some squadrons
here. Let's get this dice tray ready, huh? First one hit.
That's 1.
Oh, he is going to
doing
LTT.
LTTs.
He must be hitting an ace. Watt Tambor, he's taking him out.
Okay.
Making sure he's in Torn Far range here.
Looks like an accuracy hit crit.
Torn Far, is he in range? Yeah, he is. Rerolls it to 2 hits.
2 hits.
And he's got, I think that's a...
Looks like an accuracy.
It must be. The live button's right over it. I can't see it here. Watt Temper braces it.
Braces it.
Gets rid of it. All right, brace is gone. All right, here we go. Here's the gunner team. He's doing it again. Hitting Watt Temper again. 1 damage.
1. Oh, this is the advanced gunnery.
Flak. 1 more. So he's going to hit them all this way. Another one takes a damage. Generic bomber, he says. Torn Far. Ooh, that one got away. Confire token reroll. Still couldn't. He dug and dug and dug. Couldn't get it. Ooh.
There's 2. No, this is a Mark 1 Starhawk.
All right, here comes another shot. Torn Fire reroll. Man, 2 hits. These are good.
Still
These
a lot.
are good.
Yeah.
Brace to 1 on the Tri-Fighter Ace.
Ships still sitting here on the table. Have not been removed yet. At least the squadrons, I should say.
All right. Time for maneuvering this Hawk. And he does have a nav dial. This Hawk with advanced gunnery with blue-black flak is still going to take care of these squads.
I agree. Oh, there we go. Moving along.
Now time for the Providence.
So Providence, see what we've got here for commands. Going to get relayed to us for a second. Here's the repair.
Yep.
Spending the token.
Engineering with token. With engineering teams, 7 points. Yep. so he can recover 3, move 1. All right, John's going to get us a shield update here. Powerful use of that ability with engineering teams.
I agree. We're going to get this update here in just a second. John's paying attention to what we have.
All right, here comes the flak time, baby. Such a good flak.
2.
Double black, man. Some flak guns. Brace to 1.
Bracing to 1.
Must
Not
have been
exactly sure which one that
Vulture
was
ace,
against.
probably.
Likely.
Next one. Ordnance Experts reroll.
Okay, Providence update. 4 on the front, 1 on the rear, 3 on the right side, and none on the left.
Another 2 hits. Wow, these are some absolute monster flak.
We're hitting these squadrons real hard.
He's got a few, I think, doubled as well. 2 more
Another
hits.
2.
Wow. These are some hot black dice, man.
Well, on average, you're rolling 1.
2 again.
Jeez.
All right, we are losing.
I think I saw a squadron get
are
removed.
dying now. I think 2 are dead. Ordnance Experts, 2 hits again.
2 hits again.
Yep, another one's dead. Only got 3 left on the front of the
dead,
ship.
or is it just being? No, they're just.
Okay. It must have been.
Knocking it down.
Oh, another hit.
1
and 2
OE,
hits.
There's 2.
Wow. Boy, when you need a CIS, you learn.
Oh, it was scattered.
All
Scattered
right.
it.
He chucked it. That scatter is now gone off that ace. I almost need a squadron update from John or Adrian. See where we're at here.
I'm guessing most of those are only on 1 health now.
Yeah.
Can't really tell from our vantage point here in the booth. Maybe we need a zoom in camera.
Yeah, we could zoom. John's doing some research for us here. Oh, John's over there trying to zoom. He's working on it. Where's he at? Camera 5 there. Oh, that's 6. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah. Now we're zooming into the battle. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Oh, yeah, here we are. This is where we're sticking.
Here's John helping us out.
Adrian, what squadrons are dead? What squadrons are dead? That was aggressive. Slapping his clipboard at us, or his clipboard at us.
I think he almost dropped it.
All right, so Wat Tambor and a generic Hyena are dead, and the rest of them are got to be on low hit points at this point. All right, well, he's moving these. I think these are the generic vultures. He's moving those into range. He knows he's got to put damage on this Providence if he wants a chance to beat this.
Again, replacing those squadrons because the Providence moves.
Now, his shield recovery and movement was smart because he's going to have to take a double from this Patriot's Fist.
This is a great angle, actually.
This
on
is
this
super
one here.
good. This is a good fight. We got all the squadrons are painted. We got a custom Rebel fleet painted here. And, of course, the beautiful
the Recusant just
models.
beautiful in general.
Yeah, the Clone Wars ships really came out good.
They really did. And they're very thin in some spots. That long little off the axis there.
That and the Munificent. Couple of dangerous parts. Moving into turn, I believe 4 now.
Are we going into 4?
Turn 4. Again, Justin is first player. He's got some decisions to make. Checking ranges. I wonder if we'll have a trench. All right. Let's see. Making sure he's still got his torn far in there.
A little bit of table talk here. I think they're discussing what they're doing next year.
Yep. And I'm just waiting on Justin to decide how to proceed. All right. Trench is going to reveal a squadron command. Trench squadron. So we're going to have to use our Rune Haku and Tykes to try and take advantage of that, I believe.
So Patriot Fist showing a nav dial.
Yep.
I would think it's going to, and Teeks is
Teeks
doing the squadron.
Doing the squadron
getting
command.
that token. Can activate some of those squadrons, do more damage to the Providence before they get flacked away.
Well, they're about to get QLT'd away here.
That's the thing. Although the QLTs have not been doing as much as that flag did, but I mean the QLTs were still doing some damage.
I think you only missed like one shot.
I mean, it's a game of percentages here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 90% versus like 75, right? So
yeah, that's true. That would be terrifying looking at that Starhawk coming down on you, that old Providence. No Rams yet. No Rams. Those Recusants are too afraid. They're running. They gotta stay out. All right, here we go. Flak time. QLT back. One hit with Torn Far. Something got damaged. All right. I believe that was the Tri-Fighter race that got flak there. Yep, took one. Oh, yeah. Adrian kept saying flak. I was thinking squadron flak. It's the name of the squadron. The ace. Man, brain's melting here.
8 games will do that to you,
right.
Garrett. Yeah, people are wondering why we're not actually playing in the tournament. It's because by game 8, our brains would be fried.
Right. Also, you wouldn't have this stream if we weren't here.
We get it. That just got scattered away.
All right, scatter away. I think that's the Vulture Ace.
We do our best. Thank you very much. We're going to continue doing this for the next, well, we've got this last game today. We had 2 more days of this, 7 more rounds. So we are already past the halfway point.
That's right. Another shot into that Providence. This is a bomber.
That is an accuracy and a double.
There's that red dice you look for with these.
Actually, we just passed the halfway point.
He's going to accuracy. This was the Bactoid bomber ace. Let's see how he decides to treat this double. Which defense token did he lock down? Yep, the evade was accuracy. Derlin down to 1. QLT back. 1 deck at him. And he's going to use the scatter on that ace to reduce that to 0. So the scatter is now exhausted. Sorry, I keep focusing on this dice cam here. All right, I think he's trying to get him away so he doesn't get double flacked again. All right, we've only done, I think, 3 squadrons so far. We flew away the Tri-Fighter Ace. We've flown away DBS. All right, generic Hyena into the front with that AI extra die. Reuben's deciding how to proceed here. He's already used Derlin. I believe he has all green defense tokens still. He's trying to decide how hard he's about to get hit from this Recusant.
I think we haven't really been in a spot or a position yet where we've had to use Patriot's Fist. It's really the full effect that you can get out of it.
Oh, he's just going to take it on the front, take it 2. Oh, he's going to brace it to 2. Counter back, torn far, nothing. So he had 4 down to, he had 3 shields, braced it to 1, took 1. So he's got 2 shields on the front right now, 3 shields on the right, 0 on the left. So that is the 4 squadrons.
Providence is, we're getting an update on the front shield there, down to 2.
Yep. Still no hull damage.
Not yet. These ships are really, they're holding in there, and we're in turn 4.
Measuring here, I think we're in close, possibly. I'll find out from Adrian.
That looks like close range to me.
Medium range, side to the front. Side to the front. Here we go.
3 hits.
Looks like a blank there.
Yeah.
LTTs. Reroll.
4
damage.
crits.
No accuracies. Switch back to our zoom in here. Well, Trench is still alive here, there, Williams.
Well, Trench is that
so
the ship that's closest to us on this screen,
that's right.
or furthest left on the overhead.
He's controlling the battle droids. Everything's still in order here.
He's clicking away.
That's right.
That much is for certain.
All right. I think he's trying to decide whether he wants to Patriot's Fist because they are at medium range.
We got a redirect here with the Providence to the right-hand side.
So he's going to take that front shot.
2 there, so we're down to 1 shield on the right side of the Providence.
All right.
The real question is can the CIS take down the Providence?
All right, looks like we got front to front now. Front to front.
Wow, 5 hits.
5 hits with a double. No crit. LTT reroll.
Fishing for that crit, maybe an accuracy. There's the accuracy.
There's the accuracy.
So,
Update
we
on
got
the
a
ship.
green evade and salvo, red on both braces, and the redirect on that the Providence.
The Providence, yep. So
I couldn't remember the name of the ship. It's
Rebel 1.
I was going to say the Rebel thing, but that was wrong. So the Providence.
Accuracy the evade. All right. Oh, I see. He used agate to use the evade, so it's gone now. But he did get rid of that double.
That is one of the features you can have with
So that
Kurste Gate is that kind of that, what is it? It's like a reverse intel officer, electronic countermeasure.
Right. And that gamble paid off. Getting rid of that double was big. So he only took 1 hull damage right now.
I have just started my 18th cup of coffee now. We are 1 hull damage on the Providence.
Yep.
First hull damage of the game.
All right, he's measuring to see where he ends up with that Hawk. And he is moving at speed 3.
See now, they're about to run out of our beautifully zoomed in bit.
I know.
You know these players can't have to stop moving their ships.
They'll still be pretty close.
Right. Actually, can we stay in there? I think we're going to land on that squadron.
He will overlap, which will allow Reuben to move that squadron back into killing range. Get him back in that squadron.
No, actually, he stays
box.
on screen. See now, this is clearly our zoomed in view here from the camera. Is the players are just going to stay on this 2x2 section of the board.
Now this gives a possible snipe shot from Patriot's Fist on one of those flotillas as well.
Till Worlds 2025.
Yeah, for real.
Not really. I'm used to drinking a whole bunch of coffee all day long. We have a Keurig here in our booth, and that's probably the most protected piece of equipment that we have.
Yeah, he's constantly looking for where it's at and where the K-Cups are. All right, Reuben's got to decide what he's going to move with next year.
Worlds 2025. That's a good 363 days away.
Oh, man, that's actually kind of making my brain hurt a little bit. It still doesn't feel like it's 2024. When we say 2025, it's just, time just keeps slipping by. All right, Reuben's taking some measurements here. He's trying to see if he goes with the GR75 or the Starhawk, if it potentially means he'll still get shot by trenches, Recusant here.
No news on Armada here at AdeptiCon. There is an AMG panel that's coming Sunday, I think, at noon Central Time. Armada's not slated to be talked about. They may mention something. We don't know. But as we were mentioning earlier, Rapid Reinforcements 1 and 2 just kind of dropped out of the sky. The errata dropped out of the sky.
The errata was probably our biggest surprise of
that
all
one,
time.
we had no indication that was coming.
I would take an errata any day.
Errata, maybe
That
some
was-
points updates.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm specifically thinking of Victory Class Star Destroyer.
Yes. They fixed the onagers. Let's make these victories, attractive.
Right. That's actually one of the things that Will Schick and I spoke about on the channel the other day. Was specifically about making sure they do these small little incremental balance changes so that it keeps the game interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And they are aware that, and they use big tournaments like this to kind of get an idea of
Right.
how
healthy the season
exactly.
went and where they need to go with next.
We do not know anything about the X-Wing or Legion areas. Providence is taking an engineering dial and using a token. They're going to try and fix themselves up.
Yep.
Armada is 114 players,
Yeah,
7 engineering points.
I believe
for the
X-Wing
Providence.
Legion are about double, probably.
Could be, but
You
what
can
we
cram
can
a lot of X-Wing players in one spot with their 3v3 mats.
You can, but what I would recommend is here at Adepticon we have a number of places streaming the different games. I think Gold Squadron podcast is streaming X-Wing. I forget who's streaming Legion. The name escapes me for the moment.
Yeah.
I will look that up. And Professional Casual is doing Shatterpoint.
All right, we're getting a shield update here on the Providence. He's got 0 on the front, 0 on the left, 3 on the right, and 3 on the right and 2 on the rear. Yep. And 1 hull damage. All right, we are flacking. Here we go. 2 hits. And that kills whatever that was. I guess a generic. Generic hyena. Gone. All right, next. Looks like we're attacking another hyena. Ord experts. 1 damage on it. He's got 3 health left. Next. 2 hits. 2 on a generic vulture. He's got 1 health left. All right, we're going to land, it looks like, on a debris field. I thought something was in front of that. Did he hit that asteroid? Get a confirmation here from Adrian or John. It looks like he did hit the asteroid. The critical face-up is coolant discharge. Coolant discharge. I can't remember at the top of my head exactly what that is.
It's Yavin Base, by the way, is the guys that are doing
Legion.
Coolant discharge is the one that you're asking about?
Coolant discharge. That's what he got from hitting the asteroid.
Coolant discharge is when forces you reduce down to one attack can
Only
hit
one
a
attack
ship.
can target ship. Well, that's been okay so far with all these squadron attacks. All right, we're back over to trench here now.
We have a super chat from Molly. We've got, thank you very much for sending us a little bit of cash there for after the chat. We appreciate that.
All right, so he has decided he's doing a nav dial. He does have trench, and Rune Hako is going to give him his squadron token to use trench's ability. Adrian's writing something for me to read here. And he got a con fire from Patriot's Fist. I think he's going to clarify what that means for me. All right, he took the con fire token from Patriot's Fist with Ron Hako. There we go. All right, we're taking a shot. Counter back. These are bombers, or vultures, I want to say. They're outside of Torrent far range for those rerolls. Moving in another generic vulture, I think. He moved him out of the way so he wouldn't get flagged, put him under obstruction. Another hit. He missed that one as well. Counter back. No Torrent far reroll. He's going to move him out of the way as well. And this is a Hyena bomber. This is the Bactoid. Bomber to the front with AI. Double to 2 damage. Reuben is running out of defense tokens on green here. All right, we got a quad laser turrets. Savo. Ordnance experts. 3 damage back at him. Kills it. Is that the Bactoid ace?
Yep, Bactoid are gone.
All right. He does have him doubled, I believe. So he's got 0 on the front, 0 on the left, 1 on the right, and 2 on the rear for the shield. Side to side. Side to side, Patriot's Fist into the Providence. We got 3 damage. LTT reroll into 4 with a critical. All right, looks like we're taking a critical face up. Thruster fissure is what they're telling me. Thruster fissure. And I want to say this shot is probably obstructed. John tried to help us with that camera quality angle there on this side. Here we go. This is the Confire command token.
Just got the judge announcement with only 1 hour remaining.
LTTs. 3 damage, crit enabled. Brace to 2. I think he burns that to do it. Thruster. So he's got thruster fissure and thrust control malfunction now. coolant discharge, thruster fissure, and thrust control malfunction.
We're actually getting an update on the Providence right now, Lane Todd, so stand by.
Yep, 1 sec.
So we are 5 hull damage down, 2 rear shields are remaining, and that's it.
Everything else is 0. We got 5 hull damage on it, though.
And there are 2 thruster fissure damage cards on there of those 5 damage cards. And for those of you that are wondering, a Providence can take a maximum of 9 hits.
That's correct. It's got 4 hull points left.
Right.
And it's still moving at speed 3, and it's on the move here.
Not a problem. That's what we are trying to do, is make sure that we give you the information that you guys need. So ask. We'll do what we can.
Yeah, the Providence is in a little bit of trouble here.
Yep.
And that is the power of the Providence, to be able to swing around the table like that. Powerful double arc long range shots. All right, he is activating a GR-75 with a navigate command. Looks like he bumped it up to speed 3. Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think the Providence is the strongest hull for the Rebels outside of the Starhawk, because the Providence is 9. I think one of the MC-80s also has 9, doesn't it?
I think the 75, doesn't it?
Yeah, the 75 has 9.
Yeah.
The 280s are at 8. That is correct. So it's close.
All right, the other GR-75 is going to go.
Nav and a dial. And to be fair, if you've got an MC-30 with advanced projectors, it takes 15 shots to kill it.
Yes.
There we go. So that's even more than the Starhawk. Not really, but you know.
And Reuben successfully gotten these GR-75s nice and out of range, so they don't get sniped.
We're still in turn 4, aren't we?
I think so. We're approaching this, the Starhawk's turn, then we'll go in the squadron phase. Yep, Starhawk is revealing an engineering command. And we're measuring out how we want to do this. It is the advanced gunnery ship. All right. All right, we're shooting at Patriot's Fist now. Front obstructed into Patriot's Fist side from the Starhawk. LTT reroll.
Still got the 3.
3 damage. He's going to use his evade on the double at long range. And take his shield on the right. Same shot with advanced gunnery. LTT.
2, staying
2
at 2.
hits.
Chipping away.
All right, Starhawk is gonna ram his own Rebel Providence here. That puts the Providence at 6 hull damage. It has 3 remaining with 2 shields in the rear, 0 on the right, front, and left.
Yeah.
Yep, on the Providence. We have finally officially started slamming. That is correct.
We really did.
Yep, -6. 6 hull damage. All right, moving in the squadron phase here. Unless they've all activated. And then we'll start round 5.
We are moving right along, past the halfway point of both the match, and only salvos left on that Providence also.
He does have Durlin.
No, I don't think we've had any Rams at all, have we?
Well, that was the first Ram.
Oh, just outside of that one, right?
Now. All right. Yep. Looks like all squadrons have already gone. So that means we are going to be going into status phase and then rolling into round 5 here.
Trench shows a squadron dial.
Trench squadron.
Bonk, bonk to the head of that Providence from the Starhawk, huh?
Kind of a bad bonk.
Yeah.
He does not need that damage right now.
No, really does not.
All right, so we are typed a squadron token to take advantage of Trench's squadron command so he can activate his squadrons and do his navigate command. He's doing a good job running his trench list here.
Really is.
Making sure he can always utilize the trench and keep pushing his squadrons. Generic Hyena, here we go, into the Providence. There's that double with the red. He's going to Durl it down to 2. That's 2 more face down damage. Quad laser turret back. He only has 1 hull point left. Salvo, he missed that one. 2 hits back, though. That does put 2 damage on whatever that ship is. A Hyena bomber. It's on 2 now. He's picking which squadron he wants to send in next. All right, here we go. Bactoid, ace, 2 reds, 2 crits.
2 crits.
This will finish off the Providence.
That is bomber, so yeah. Well, there goes the ship, right?
He's gonna.
I think. Oh,
he's going to salvo and quad laser turrets. So we still have 2 rolls left here.
And we're chucking that salvo also. I think we're out of defense tokens.
All right, no reroll there, but 2 blacks with Ordnance Expert still. 2 damage back.
And Providence is gone.
Providence is dead. Any damage on the Bactoid, or was that a scatter?
It was scattered.
Scattered. And now shots can be taken at the Starhawk.
One of the things we want to do here on all our streams for Ion Radio and Armada is to make sure that the entire family can enjoy it. So we do try to keep it very family friendly here.
That's right.
So we welcome all people from ages 2 to 92.
What's
or if you're younger or older.
Listen, once you're 93, get off here. You're done. Out. Get out. All right, he's making some decisions here. Adrian's going to tell me what's happening. He's going to use his engineering token to get that shield back. And now we're going to Patriot's Fist into the front of the Starhawk from the side of Patriot's Fist. There's the first roll. LTTs. And here comes the blues. And he is no brace, no salvo. Okay, so instead he's going to do no brace, no redirects, because he's got 2 of them, 3 damage crit enabled. So he will salvo back, for 3 damage. He's going to evade the double. And he'll take 1 on the side from that shield he just recovered. So really just plinking each other right there. Starhawk has 3 shields on the front still. Full shields everywhere else, 4, 4, and 2.
Quick public service announcement. While you are drinking coffee, do not breathe it. It's not good for you.
Yeah, Ken was having a moment over here trying to recover from that.
Thank you for covering, Garrett. I appreciate that. I had a couple strange looks from people like, oh my God, is Ken doing okay?
I don't think we're making it to 2025.
100% don't breathe your coffee. I want to do that once a day. I don't know why.
Man, I got a local player. His kids started playing, I think, when they were like 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's been a couple of years, and now they're really starting to lay down the law. I'm like, oh, man, these kids get good fast.
You know, one of the things that I like about our local store is the number of younger kids that are coming out. And by younger kids, I mean like 16 to 20, right?
Yeah.
And they're coming out playing Armada, and they're coming as family. We've got one group where I think it's 3 brothers that are coming out to play Armada with us all the time. But it's a game where everyone can come in and enjoy, and you've got the younger crowd that grew up with the Clone Wars cartoon, and that they're coming out. And then you've got, you know, the older folks like me that remember when Star Wars came out and saw it in theaters. You know, we're also playing the same game,
right.
which goes back to the conversation I was having.
It keeps going generational. There's new content coming out.
It
keep bringing
really
new
is.
fans.
It really is.
All
okay,
right.
GR75, navigate, dial.
Don't worry there, Molly Fob. I'll make sure he doesn't choke out here. He'll be all right.
And Leia's doing some token shenanigans, so changes the top dial on Starhawk to a nav.
Yep.
Matching it from the GR75.
Reuben needs to turn in hard to catch one of these.
And he's going to need to take one of the Recusants out, or this will be a loss for him. Again, we are likely competing here
for a spot in day 2. That's right.
And I don't know if a 6-5 would do it, so you have to win big.
No, they at minimum probably need an 8 or a 7.
But it's hard to say. It really depends on what comes up.
Trench, he's got a nav dial. And, of course, I don't know if he can take advantage of a squadron. I think all his squads have gone, so.
He's got a few left.
Maybe one left. I think he has maybe 2 left. 2 left, probably. But I don't think he has an ability to get a squadron token to use. Looks like he's not even going to waste time trying to put shots into the Starhawk.
What is the championship match? The final match will occur on Sunday. Let me get the specific times for you because I don't know. I know we're on an abbreviated schedule.
And it's Swiss, though, so it's important to remember. Even if you're at the top table around 3.
It may not be one of those.
Table 3 might be a 10-1 blowout, and the table 1 could be a 6-5, and the Pearson at table 3 on the last day ends up winning the World Championship because of tournament points.
Correct. One of the things we are going to do on Sunday is review both for round 2 and 3 specifically for round 3 is we're going to take a look at who is the most likely chance of winning the tournament based on points there. And we're going to try and put that game on stream.
Right.
But we may wind up just doing top table also because that's going to be the 2 top guys anyway.
Correct.
So it's going to be...
Especially last day. We'll keep it at top. Because, every game is going to be
every game that last day is going to be important.
Effort. The other GR75 is going. He's taking the navigate dial, trying to make sure he stays. He's going down to speed 2 so he doesn't ram. Or no, he's just going to speed 2. Just staying behind that Providence there. Schmitty, Ken's going to bring up the list for you to see for the Separatists. It's a Admiral Trench 2 Recusant. He's got boosted and expanded with reserve hangar tech. And that way, he can take advantage of Patriot's Fist and Trench's abilities with Tykes and Rune Hako. All right, here we go. LTT, flak out the front from the Starhawk. Torn Far reroll, 2 damage. I took out that Hyena. And then he has his advanced gunnery shot. He's going to decide what to do next here. Oh, sorry, Pacific time. I don't know, probably like...
I'm getting that for you. Give me a second.
Sunday, all right? Just show up here. Sunday in the morning.
It's 1:15 Central Time. Pacific's 2 hours behind, so it's going to be 11:15 in the morning Pacific.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Or just wake up at 5 a.m. and start watching.
Well, that's the final round.
How many squads are down? So, there we go. Side to side, obstructed. Is it at a Recusant, Adrian? Evades it. I guess he decided he couldn't kill any of the squadrons even with the second LTT shot. Show you where this Starhawk is landing. The only one that was in range was the ace with the scatter. Probably those DBS vultures. As far as squadrons down, sorry. Wat Tambour's down. A few hyenas. I think the bombers, the Bactoid.
The Bactoids were
ace
taken out, right?
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think there's 5 total down because he was able to use reserve hangar decks, I believe, to recover a couple of them. Yeah, the vultures. Of course, we'll give you a full point account at the end.
Absolutely. We're going to make sure that we stick around and help you out, everyone there.
All right, Trench was a repair, which he really doesn't need for his Recusants. So we're moving into round 6. This is the last and final round of the day. All right, Trench is going to activate so that, of course, he gets out of the way of that Starhawk. He's trying to decide how he's able to... He's trying to decide, I think, whether even to think about taking a shot at this. All right, he's going to do it. Yep. All right. Nothing. He's going to make an accuracy. All right, Trench is moving. No damage. And he's moving speed 3 still.
Aiming for that station.
All right, and I think that probably escapes the medium range of that Starhawk.
I think you're right.
right, so he does have long range at the rear of that. Unobstructed.
We're starting to get a crowd watching this table.
Yep, a lot of the other tables are finished up now.
One of the things
are rolling in.
One of the things that's actually kind of fun about being the stream table, it's the table everyone wants to see, regardless of where it is. Engineering dial being shown here.
Yep, he's recovering shields on the front, probably taking it back up.
Likely going back up to 5,
yeah.
which I think is full, almost full.
It's 6
5.
on the front of the Starhawk or 5?
You know.
Front to rear of that Recusant. Here we go. LTTs. 5 damage, crit enabled.
I think it is 6. It is 6.
It is 6. Yeah, it's a beefy ship. It's
it
very
is.
annoying to fight.
Fun to fly,
So
though.
he evaded the double. Braced to 2. Brace to 2 and redirect. So he's got 1 shield on the rear. And he will take advanced gunnery shot into the rear again. 2 damage, crit enabled. And blow out the tokens, doesn't matter. This is the end of the game. So now it's just the cost of the Providence versus the cost of the squadron destroyed.
Trying to make sure we stay on the table and everything else.
And that's all she wrote. Move our flotillas for formality's sake.
And we will get a points update here in a moment.
And fly these squadrons away. Nav dial on Patriot's Fist.
Teak showing engineering. Or taking the engineering, I should say.
Takes engineering. Take advantage of his trench engineering he did earlier. Recovering shields before he goes into hyperspace and returns back to Separatist space. And here go the GR-75s. Well, Ken, that was a pretty fun game.
It is definitely an interesting game.
It's nice to see
I'm really
Trench
curious
on
to
screen.
see. Well, I mean, first of all, yeah, I'm going to agree. Seeing Trench on screen and getting an opportunity to talk about a rather unique Admiral.
Yep.
In terms of how he works. It's kind of a Thrawn equivalent, as we mentioned earlier. And we got to see a Separatist fleet. We've seen the Republic fleet a couple times.
Rebel, Empire all day
We've
today.
got a little bit of everything. I'm trying to think if there's a ship that I would love to see that we haven't seen yet. I'd love to see a Raider on screen. I don't think we've seen one yet, have we?
No, not
So
today.
no
Probably
Raiders.
tomorrow, though. They're a popular ship, top level.
I agree.
Well, after we get the points tabulated here, Ken and I will wait for the results to roll in, and we'll come back and do a full breakdown from the day and say who the top 36 are.
If we can get that information quickly.
Yep.
We have to wait to see how many games are in place.
And it looks like the Rebels lost a Providence, and we lost 4 generic Hyenas and Wat Tambor. So that looks like 418, 50.
Putting some points together here.
62, I want to say. And yeah. Hold on, they're doing math. I'm trying to do math in my head. I can use a calculator. I haven't had enough caffeine.
But I have had plenty of caffeine, and I'm running through this right now pretty quickly.
64, 62. Yep, 62 and 156 in the prov.
Yep, so we do have the final scores here.
I think that puts us at a 6. Let's see here. What's 156 minus 62? I got my human calculator over here going.
90-something, 94, I think.
7-4. Yep, 7-4 in favor of Justin and his Admiral Trench Separatist fleet. And they're filling out the card, and that's it. Well, that was exciting. And I think that will make sure Justin goes to day 3.
I think you're probably right. So,
yeah.
I mean, Garrett, we're taking a look. Again, the score here, 156 for Justin. That's our Separatist fleet. 62 for Reuben, who's our Rebel fleet. That is approximately 94. I think that is exactly 94.
Yep. Reserve hangar deck robbed him of a lot of points.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, really, you saved 2 ships there. Or fighters.
It pushed him into a 7 instead of a 6-5 loss.
I agree. But still, well done with our competitors here at this level of the table. Now, we are still waiting for results. I'm going to see if I've got a quick update that I can share with you, and I think the answer is not yet. So we are waiting for other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's a lot of tables yet to play. So we could talk a little bit about this game. We've already kind of started talking about it. That Starhawk was mean.
It was, and Justin knew it was mean. Specifically flew as far away from it as possible, especially as the first player to avoid engagement.
Right.
Justin had a interesting fleet composition with how he worked Admiral Trench to take advantage of Tykes.
Yep.
With Runahako.
Yep.
To make sure that he was always using Trench's ability to get a token, to use his nav command on his wreck, and then his squadron command on his Recusant, so that then he could push the 4 squadrons with his boosted and expanded, put the damage through with bombers, and then follow up with his double long-range shots with his unique arcs.
Right.
If you want to have a run Trench, this is how to run Trench.
Right.
Would I recommend a 2-ship activation? That's a bold move. It did work out for him, Cotton.
It did.
So,
It did.
I think it'll put him in the day 2 here.
And then Reuben's fleet, no slouch either. That Starhawk comes in, and the Providence, they were.
He was doling out flak damage on those.
And I'm a little surprised we didn't lose a Recusant, because I was expecting, especially the one that was sitting there right in front of the Starhawk at one point.
Well, Reuben was really focused on, he knew he had the dice and the odds with the re-rolls with Ord Experts and Torn Far to put damage on those squadrons and take them off the board. He just couldn't kill them fast enough because the Starhawk, once Justin got his damage through, he was like, okay, I need to draw these fighters back, get them out of flak range so they don't all die. Mm-hmm. And he saved 6 squadrons at the end there by doing that.
Yeah.
Because if they had stayed, he would have just kept advanced gunnerying LTT in them. So, good move on Justin's part. I see the Tri-State. I think it's New Jersey. I think Delaware. I think that's where they're from. They're really excited that their boy won. Above my Bluegrass Battle Group boy didn't go. But we don't know. He might have made it to day 2. I'm not sure how the points are all going to figure out here. Again, we picked this table because it was one on the edge of what's going to happen. But yeah, advanced gunnery into a Starhawk worked out for him, I got to say.
So we're waiting on reports from some of the other tables, getting more information. But what little we do have, we can tell you that the top tables were pretty much 0 points across the board, 6-5. So that
just flying and dancing around each other.
I don't know that we would have enjoyed watching one of those. You would have had to listen to me and Garrett just chit-chat about something else.
Try to look up Star Wars facts on my phone real fast while we're doing this. Like last year, that's what we did.
You know what we did? We had some actually off-the-wall interesting conversations that game.
Watching fleets skirt around the board.
I mean, now, to be fair, that was some fascinating flying and getting within an inch or so of the corner for that game. That was good. I mean, in this one, though, again, good competition here. You've got 2 players that clearly know their fleets, and they knew their strengths and their weaknesses, and they went at it. And this is kind of where we wound up leaving things. So what I think we're probably going to do, because I'm kind of looking, I'm going to do a quick update here to see if we can get any more information. There are tables reporting in. It's probably going to take, we have, this round started at 5:15, so 70, there's at least another 15 minutes left to go in this round.
I think so.
And it'll probably take another 10 minutes after that to get the results. What I think we're going to do is I think we're going to go for a little intermission break.
Sounds golden to me, Ken.
And then we will get back to you guys as soon as we have the information on the last bit here for what am I trying to say?
I don't remember. I was reading the chat. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I was just thinking about telling Tri-State. Like, I know who you are. You're good. You're good guys. You're good guys, Tri-State Armada.
But we will be right with you guys. Because I think what I want to do is we will take our little break. We'll get to intermission, and we'll be back probably it's 7:15 local time.
15 minutes, let's say.
Yeah,
15
probably.
minutes
It might be a little bit longer because
strong-ish on there. But if you're interested,
yes.
I know we're gonna go through who our top players are and check it out.
Definitely. So stay tuned. I'm going to put down here, let's just arbitrarily say 7:40. How does that sound? That's about 25 minutes from here. We might be back earlier, but I don't think
25
so.
minutes, yeah, right?
So,
Okay.
all right. Stay tuned. We will be back, and thank you so much again for watching.
All right, see you, everybody.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Garrett and Ken here with an update here on the top 36.
Breaking news.
So these results just came in. They're having a player meeting right now talking about it. We've been authorized to let you guys know what we are doing and who is in here. So you can see the list here. We've got 13th to 36th place. So we're going to leave that up for a second so you guys can recognize some names. We do know that Ryan Becker did get kicked out, unfortunately. I believe he had 25 tournament points.
I think so. There's a lot of 25s.
So unfortunately, Ryan didn't make it. But you will get to see Ryan tomorrow. He's going to join us here.
That's right. We're putting him back to work.
We're going to put him to work.
In here.
I think it's going to be fun to get him to talk about a couple games.
Yep.
Give some of the rest of you guys a little bit of a break.
Maybe I'll even venture over to the vendor hall. Who knows?
Actually, tomorrow will be a day where, since there'll be 5 of us running around, we can one of us at a time can go out and do things. Of other notes here, some of our other friends of the channel that we know of, we've been talking to, Mariano Bachero, Mars, Flying Casual has made it in. So we've got some of the Australian groups here. Moving up, Peter Saber made it in there. And James McCartney, who is Malador, won last year,
World champion, back in the running again.
So he still has a chance to keep the title.
That's right.
So he's doing remarkably well. Let's move up this list of 36. Well, I mean, in a way, yes, because the way the tournament structure is based on points.
Ejected.
I think he did it on purpose. He wants to be in front of the camera.
That's right. He wanted to get back to work. So he worked Saturday, Sunday. No, he tried his best.
He did.
There's a lot of tough competition out here.
He really did.
But look at this top 12 here, Ken. I mean, we got Jackson, who we had on stream for round 3 today.
Yep.
Of course, comes out on top with his Sloaninger list.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
We got Greg with the Separatist list from the, I think he's also from that tri-state group that keeps talking in our chat here. I don't know who they are. And then Robin Keats, I know that name. I think he's from Virginia, I want to say, or somewhere on the East Coast.
Right, yeah. I'm looking through some of these lists, making sure I recognize some of them. Yeah,
Andy,
we mentioned Patrick.
I feel like Andy played today. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but not
could be the wrong Andy I'm thinking of.
I'm actually wondering where is Andrew on our list, that one LCQ.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he...
that's him right there.
Oh, my gosh.
Just missed it. So our LCQ winner made 37th place, does not make our LCQ winner, Andrew. So
we'll see. There's always a chance that if someone, for unforeseen reasons, has to drop out,
he can still make it.
He would be the first one to come
And you know
in.
what? That is something we need to make a point of. Just because you didn't make the top 36, if someone was not expecting to make the top 36, had plans to do something else, or they're going home tomorrow, they may not be here to compete in day 2.
Things happen.
So
almost
stick
every
around.
year something happens.
And I would almost tell you that if you are in the top 45, maybe
stick around.
Around. So, really, Ryan should stick around. He might get a shot in here if everyone decides to go home.
Well, I mean, we're making him stick around. He
doesn't have a choice.
Him, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll eject him from the booth, based on what you guys are saying. I'm going to take a few moments here to thank a couple people for everything we've been doing. First, I want to say thank you very much to Will Schick and Dallas Kemp. Schick for coming on the channel yesterday, Dallas for coming on today. Both are full of energy. Both love what they're doing. They're passionate about their games and the development and the painting and everything else. And it's been great to have them on stream to talk about Atomic Mass, their ideas in terms of development, painting, whatever it may be. It's been awesome. I think we have
we're
to...
Still plugged in. We're still here.
We are. We have to say thank you also to all of our judges, because today, 3 rooms, they were running across 114 players.
That's right.
And that's a lot. So big shout out to all 4 of our judges who are, they have a tough job. They really do.
I want to say, Dennis, Lewis, and Fox, of course, and then Alan. Fox and Alan from Texas.
Yep.
So great group of judges, and also thanks to AdeptiCon for letting us, hang out here and run our power and our internet, right? So, but yeah. So, anyways, if anybody's got any questions about the top 36 or anything else, let us know in the chat before we hang out or before we head off here.
We're pretty much closing down everything here for the night. and then we will be back on the air tomorrow morning.
John
so
wants
we're
to
going to
come
get a quick swap out here because, of course, John is going to join us back up here. You all know John. I think you've seen him once or twice on Ion Radio.
Twice. So I don't know if you guys talked about it, but I was just told that I believe 7 out of the 10 Polish players made it into day 2.
Okay, well, hey.
So that's
ball.
7 out of the 36.
That's a big contingent of that group.
Yes, it is.
And you're very welcome, Social General Rob. We're glad we can provide these streams and as much of the AdeptiCon experience as possible. Again, we're doing our best to get the camera views there to give you actually a better experience than if you were here because you can see closer. I mean, in some cases, some games, sports events that you're seeing, if you're at a stadium, you're in those back seats.
And
everyone
you're
looks
watching the screen anyway.
You're watching the screen anyways, so we're trying to do that for you guys. So what time is tomorrow's first round? If things stay the way they're supposed to be, it will start at 9 a.m. We are intending on beginning the stream sometime between 8:45 and 9 a.m. So we'll be on air doing what we can do to, again, provide you with what you have for more Armada goodness with 36 players competing for 8
yeah,
slots.
That's going to be a brutal cutoff.
That's about 1 in 3 again, a little bit less actually. So, tough competition that we're going to see. 4 rounds. My guess is that we're going to have just as much competition tomorrow as we had today. And today was a very competitive day.
Yes, it was.
So, top scores, again, we're in the 30s. Yesterday with LCQ, there was only 1 player in the 30s. 7 players here with 30 or more tournament points. Yeah, well, that's exactly what we were going for, is the sports type broadcast. As you can hear, you got some applause here coming from outside. I don't know if you can pick that up on the mics or not.
Probably just passing out top prizes for
that's exactly what
those
they're
that
doing.
did not make it.
So once again, congratulations to the 36 players that definitively made it into day 2. And I want to do a great, awesome job to all 114 Armada players that stuck it out through the entire event, trying to compete for those spots. Because it's a long, grueling day.
A long day.
So on behalf of the entire Ion Radio crew, including John, Adrian, and Garrett, I'm Ken, and you've been watching the 2024 Star Wars Armada World Championship here at AdeptiCon. So long from the Hyatt Regency.